Hello. Did you know that it's a parent's nightmare to go shopping for their children's school clothes? It's an overwhelming challenge to purchase clothing which complements each child's taste, is both durable and washable, maintains modesty, complies with the school's dress code, and still fits within the family budget. If school uniforms were required, the challenge to parents would be much simpler. Uniforms would benefit students as well. Even though uniforms may require an additional startup cost to families, uniforms help students focus on learning with fewer distractions for themselves and their fellow classmates, and provides an additional measure of security. Adults have jobs for which they appropriately dress. It may be a business suit or a skirt and a jacket, a uniform, scrubs, or even jeans and a t-shirt. A student's job is that of learning. Wearing a school uniform reminds students of their responsibility and what their job is. Stephen Daniels wrote about the necessity of school uniforms. He quoted Alan Sledge, who is the assistant principal at Brawley Middle School in Halifax County, saying their uniform policy was, quote, very effective and places a very valuable role on the academic setting because kids are more focused on their books over their clothes, close quote. Let's remove outside influences of immodest clothing, violence, gangs, obscenity, and drug or alcohol use and bring the focus back on the job of learning. Sometimes an endorsement of proposed behavior by an authority is all we need to move forward. President Clinton gave such an endorsement in his 1996 State of the Union address. President Clinton said, quote, if it means that teenagers will stop killing each other over designer jackets, then public schools should be able to require their students to wear school uniforms. Close quote. Thereafter, a study shows an increase in the number of public schools which requires students to wear those school uniforms. According to the study, in 1999 to 2000, 11.8% of the public schools require uniforms. This percentage increases to 17.5% for the 2007-2008 school year. Public schools remain less likely to require a uniform. However, private and charter schools more often require uniforms. It is time for the public schools to reap the benefits of required school uniforms, thereby gaining a greater focus on education and creating an environment where students evaluate themselves and classmates by who they really are instead of the clothes they wear. Uniforms help to quickly identify intruders of all ages, thus promoting safety. For security reasons, school faculty and staff members are required to wear an identification badge. Other adult volunteers and/or parents are required to obtain and wear a visitor badge when going beyond the main entrance and office area of the school. Students then are assured adults they encounter in and around the classroom are supposed to be there. School uniforms go beyond these security measures, providing a quick identity check for anyone entering the school. A typical school dress code includes a lengthy list of do's and don'ts, leaning more heavily on the don'ts. Imagine with me, imagine a mother who wants to surprise her junior high son with a new shirt. It's a spur-of-the-moment gesture of goodwill. Her budget requires her to look at inexpensive t-shirts. How can she possibly remember which t-shirt logos are allowed and which are forbidden, or which colors are banned by the current dress code? All she knows is that her son has shirts in gray and black. He needs a new color for his wardrobe, so she buys a solid colored red t-shirt. The shirt is modest, does not promote obscenity, alcohol, or drug use. However, this mother has just wasted her money. A solid red t-shirt is not allowed at school because of the connection to gangs. If the school required uniforms, the do's and don'ts of clothes shopping would be much simpler. Parents are unfortunately often the loudest opposition to school uniforms. The opposition focuses on the added cost to purchase uniforms and after-school clothing. However, cost issues can be minimized. The policy requiring school uniforms should avoid requiring a particular name brand of clothing. The policy should establish an outline of the components of the uniform's colors, and the type of item. For example, pants and skirts, blouses, polo-styled shirts, jackets, or sweaters. These components can be purchased from a variety of sources in the desired fabrics. To reduce the financial impact on families, uniform items can be handed down amongst siblings, obtained new or gently used, or traded at an annual uniform swap event hosted by the school. Wearing a school uniform can provide a powerful reminder to parents and students of the job of learning, allowing students to remove themselves from outside influences and distractions of immodest clothing, violence, gangs, obscenity, or drug and alcohol use. Uniforms provide an additional security measure in the school environment. When all students are similarly dressed and focused to learn, they can look beyond the clothing and appreciate each other as individuals. Shopping for school clothes becomes less of a nightmare for parents. Schools should require uniforms to help students focus on learning and provide additional security, even though families may initially have an additional cost for clothing. Thank you.